Okay, what's up, everybody? I guess I'm gonna move on to Super Mario World and press the wrong button. Get that beautiful sound of rejection. I think I actually have to lower my. Hold on, I gotta lower the speaker a little bit so that I don't get sound feedback. Alright, better. Welcome to Dinosaur Land. I've never been here before. What new and exciting things await? I haven't played this in a while. It almost feels... I don't want to say brand new, but it just... I'm trying to think of the last time I played through Super Mario World. I think it was probably on a stream. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe 2 to 3 years. I can't remember for sure. Might have been sooner, but time has escaped me. Oh. I don't know if I'll get through the whole game in one sitting, though. Maybe. The whole Bud Light thing is ridiculous. Yeah, that's, pretty cringe, if I do say so myself. It's one of those things that I haven't even... I mean, obviously I've seen it because it's been such a big deal, but I just haven't even really made any type of comment on just because it's so dumb. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's something that they want you to focus on, and while it is reflective of a larger problem, it's not addressing that's not really going to help the root of the problem, so it's just a kind of a distraction. Ugh. Why did I do that? I was trying to hold down the Y button to be ready to run, and instead I killed the turtle I needed. But that's all right. We fixed it. Still got that one up. It's the good thing about being able to kick the turtles out of their shells. Is there a Yoshi coin up here? Yeah. Oh. Little bastard. Oh no, there's something mildly disturbing about Yoshi hatching out a mushroom and then proceeding to eat the mushroom. I don't know if it'd be any better if Mario ate it instead. Jeffrey isn't gonna join. Yeah, I get the feeling that while I'm on here playing this, he's probably gonna reply on Twitter yet again. I'm so tired of people making that dumb excuse like, I don't want to talk to you. You're just trying to inflate your ego. I don't even know what that means, first of all. Like, nobody's been talking about ego. That hasn't been part of the conversation at all. But even if you believe that, you're obviously contradicting yourself by spending so much time trying to debunk me on Twitter.com. Either I'm worth the conversation or I'm not. Because if not, stop spamming. I attract just the most autistic buffoons. It's either that or they're extremely deranged and just go on these unhinged rants that aren't even related to anything. Or a combination of the two. It's not always, but every once in a while, I just get really sick people. Yeah, I was I talked about that a little bit earlier. I do actually feel kind of bad for him. He definitely does not seem to be in a good place, so I hope he somehow, you know, manages to pull out of that. Regardless, you know, regardless of what anybody thinks, I don't really get any kind of joy out of situations like that. Apparently Steven Crowder is getting divorced too, and I just saw like the most vile people who think they're, you know, bastions of kindness just celebrating. It's like, why would you? And it's so dumb because they're like, oh, this guy preaches about the importance of marriage and family, and he's getting divorced. And it's like, yeah, but he said he doesn't want to get divorced. It's not like he has a choice. What he's supposed to do? Like, hold the ex-wife at gunpoint and keep her there? You know, you can't force someone to stay. If they're intent on leaving, that's it. There's really nothing you can do. Like, you can try to reconcile, but that takes two people to make it work. But, you know, they're the good guys. They're very kind, you're not. And it's so weird because they do this thing where it's like, oh, well, we've seen this guy's videos and we've seen him argue with people about politics, and therefore we know how he acts in his interpersonal relationship. And it's like, do you really think he's having, like, change my mind debates with his wife or something? That's just so stupid. Somebody actually, look, you think I'm joking, but when I saw the announcement, somebody posted that. They were like, I could just imagine him being confrontational and verbally abusive, acting like change my mind and stuff. It's like, what's wrong with you? Who thinks that this actually happens? People love their caricatures of their, you know, self-declared enemies. I mean, look, like, obviously, whatever they put in public, you know, when it comes to the political stuff or whatever is fair game, but these people just don't have any kind of... They claim to be the most decent people on Earth, but they just don't have any type of line. Yeah, it's, he used to set up, like, a table on a college campus, and then, you know, invite students to come and debate different topics. Or just, like... I don't think it was always college campuses, but quite a few of them were. I saw a few. I mean, it's not like a guy I regularly watched or anything, but I saw a few, and it's not the worst thing in the world. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of low-tier political content, but I'm sure it serves some sort of purpose. Mostly entertainment, I guess. You know, I don't think you can take much political value from it. No, I'm not really... I mean, first of all, I don't have a PS5, so that's out, but just from how it looks, I'm not really into it, the idea of it. Apparently saying such things is considered heresy to some, but it's... I don't know. It's just not a series that appeals to me anymore. I'm trying to get 2 capes here. Oh, my PC definitely can't even hope to handle that. I'm running on a very, very old graphics card now. It's from like 2013. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can still run some decent games, but like new stuff is starting to become a problem. I mean, I guess it doesn't really impact me that much just because usually I don't play very... It's not often that I'll play a very graphically intensive game, even when it comes to new stuff. Hey, Carl, what's up? Oh, I missed a Yoshi coin somewhere. That's fine. Let's unlock some secrets. That's actually not... Oh, Sonic, you just got that Dreamcast recently, right? Looks like it's in pretty good condition. Are there any decent Dreamcast emulators out there? There's a couple of games I want to play, but I don't think I'm gonna get around to buying the console for them. Oh, I need to leave Yoshi behind to do this. No! Sorry, bud. I mean, I finally found a good Saturn one after all this time, but I don't think I've ever actually looked for Dreamcast ones. Flycast. Interesting name. Well, I guess I will have to... I'll look into that after the stream. Oh, see, unfortunately, I don't have one of those around me anymore. There used to be one, but it closed down quite a few years ago now. Why do I keep missing the last Yoshi coin? I just don't remember where it is, I guess. It's not really critical to have, but it is kind of annoying that I get all 4 and then can't find the last one. There it is. It's a me. Oh, jeez. I think we'll... Yeah, I'll go for the green switch. I haven't seen any in the comments. Oh, hey, Teresa. Long time. I mean, I still see your posts on Twitter from time to time, but I have not... We haven't really interacted directly in quite a while. But thank you, and you too. Saturn emulation has got a lot better. Yeah, I don't remember the name of mine. Something with a Y, I believe. I tried other ones in the past, and I just couldn't get them to run very well. Oh, you actually have Shining Force 3? That's cool. I don't own any Saturn games. I wanted one back when it came out because I had seen quite a few RPGs featured in like EGM, but I had chosen the PlayStation for Final Fantasy VII at the time, so it was not meant to be. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. I probably would have regretted going with Saturn since it didn't really get that much of a library in the US. But it's alright, because I can play them now. Even though that's something that I rarely ever do for whatever reason. It's like you have every... I think it's just a... like choice fatigue, you know? You have so much available to you now that it somehow doesn't feel very special anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I could play this game I never played before, but... that I've always wanted to play, but somehow it just feels a little bit hollow because I have access to everything that I could ever want. Retro. I mean, I get around to it. I finally got around to playing Final Fantasy IX, so... It just takes some pushing. Oh, it's like when you load up a streaming service to, you know, find something to watch if you're trying to go to sleep or whatever, and instead of actually finding something to watch, you just browse through like 4,000 different things, and you're like, wow, I have no idea what to put on. There we go. Princess Crown. That's one of the Vanillaware ones, right? I screwed this up. Just a little bit. Still quite a few mushrooms on there. But wait, he lives outside of the Mystic Village or the Fiend Village. Is that why he lives outside? Speaking of, I watched the original Planet of the Apes earlier today. It's still such a good movie. Melchior Adams, nice. Good old Melchior. World 2 is a little bit obnoxious just because there's so many dual goal levels. Trying to be one and done here. Oh, I think... I don't remember the path. Wait. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Not gonna make it! No! Oh. Can you try this more than once? I don't think you can. Or if you can, you have to go... You have to swim back. We'll get it next time. Oh wait, that's not even where the key is. I think it's... Unless I'm thinking of a different level. Yeah, but it's also problematic because he loses the weight. So that's not a good thing. If he really felt committed to the movement, he would not lose the weight. He was an icon. But then he threw it all away for the illusion of health. The very white supremacist definition of health. Can anyone see if Jeffrey has decided to weigh in on Twitter? Okay. I thought you get more than one balloon on the way up. I just went the wrong way the first time. Oh, and it's just for a 1-up in the Yoshi coin. I was thinking of a different level. Or 2 Yoshi coins. You have to. There's no choice. There's actually only one party. We just don't know it. Come on. Oh, you don't get the 1-up because it floats all the way to the surface. Damn you, water physics. I think there's 2 exits for this one as well, if I'm remembering correctly here. Wait, is he not following me anymore? Come on, I wanna show off. Come here, buddy. I don't know if he's gonna stay low enough. Nope. You can kill them by sliding. It's just kind of difficult to get him in the right position for it to work. There we go. Ah, that was stupid. Play stupid games. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna change the expression on them. Play Gauntlet 2, win stupid prizes. No one will get it, though. But I like to play off my jokes that nobody will get, as though everyone will get them. Sometimes I think it's just interesting what people will comment on from posts that I make, where I'm not necessarily like that one with Kotaku being blacklisted by Nintendo. I don't know, somebody commented something about free speech. It's like, wait, what does receiving advances of free games, free and new games from a major corporation have to do with free speech? I didn't realize that that was a entitlement. Or a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't usually like Nintendo's practices, but And it's like, well, I mean, who cares? I'm not really talking about... That's not really the point of the post. It's not necessarily a blindly praise Nintendo or anything of the sort. It's just... I believe that every company should should blacklist Kotaku, and that it's a morally good thing to do so. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just think it's interesting, and I wonder why they commented the things that they do. Is it like, are they trying to start a conversation? Are they assuming that I've meant something that I didn't mean? I don't know. I feel like most of the time people get it, but... No Super Mario RPG. Not today. I don't know. Were you here listening yesterday? Because I did mention that I was going to play Super Mario RPG soon. Or that I was in the mood to, anyway. Favorite Super Nintendo game? I mean, that's actually really difficult for me, just because I feel like most of my favorite games in general come from Super Nintendo. Like, I'd probably just choose something obvious, you know, maybe probably like Final Fantasy IV, 6, or Chrono Trigger. But I never feel like that answer is enough, because there's so many others that I'd really enjoy. I'm not good at picking favorites. I always get weird video game takes from people, though. Like, I commented on a thing about how Chrono Trigger has been called overrated, and I was just commenting and trying to figure out when that narrative that it's an overrated game started, because back when I, you know, played it as a kid, I don't really recall the blind worship of Chrono Trigger. I mean, maybe there were people out there that were doing that, but I don't remember it, because RPGs were still, you know, pretty niche, and while it was quality to people who enjoyed RPGs, I just didn't get that impression that everybody thought it was this godlike game. But then somebody had responded that it's overrated because it's clear that the people that worship it or like praise it haven't played anything else or weren't playing anything else. And it's like, wait, so you're saying Chrono Trigger's overrated because you believe that there are better games than Chrono Trigger? I mean, I guess that's fine, that's your preference, but does that really make Chrono Trigger overrated? I don't think that's how that works. I don't even care. I don't care if it's underrated, overrated, or whatever. As long as I enjoy the game, that's kind of what matters to me. Honestly, underrated would be fine with me, just because the less known it is, the less likely it is that people will screw with it, so... I am not seeking mass popularity from from things I enjoy, even if that means that they don't get to continue forever. Which is fine, actually, because the longer something drags on, usually the quality goes down. So, what's up, Pete Plays? I don't remember any of these, so we're probably not going to get a 1-up. Oh, spoke too soon. Yeah, I mean, I can list off things that I really enjoy, but it's just... When I say favorite, I feel like I'm undercutting other things that I also really enjoy without the intent to do so. That's what I need to do, is I need to go through the Breath of Fire games. 3 I absolutely love, and I always get far into it, and then for whatever reason I don't finish. 4 I never got to play. I played a majority of 2. Very, very little of 1, so I like them all, well, I can't say all, because there's Dragon Quarter, and I have never tried it, but it doesn't look very good. Not really. I mean, it's probably okay for what it is, but I just don't know, I don't like Hollywood movies anymore, really, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, I guess my sister took her kids, and my friend Rodney took his daughter. And I guess the children thought it was good, so that's what matters. I'm gonna watch the 90s Mario movie. That's what I'm gonna do. I actually have that recorded on one of those blank VHS tapes somewhere. Yeah, there's just nothing that really comes out that I find appealing anymore. And then even when you do, you have to be like, oh, well, are they gonna insert retarded crap into the script that I just don't care to be preached at about anymore? It's not worth it. I thought that... I forgot what it was called. I think it's called something very simple, like 65 or something like that. But it's a movie where... I don't know, it had to do with, like, dinosaurs and... a guy crash landing on a planet. I think it was just called 65. That looked like it might be interesting. But I don't know if it's gonna be... It doesn't look like it can be stupid, because it looks like it has a total of 2 people, and then it's just dinosaurs and guns. How could they screw that up? That's a very, very simple thing to pull off. I don't know. I don't really remember it very well, the old Mario movie. I remember it wasn't that great. I still watched it, you know, more than once. It's weird, but I don't really remember anything that happened exactly anymore. It's been so long. It used to be on TV a lot. I think it was on, like, WB or something like that. I can't imagine how terrible it must be being a comic book fan now. I mean, I never got super into comics. Like, I liked X-Men in the early 90s, but I didn't really collect comics. I just kind of watched the 90s cartoon. Sounds like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. It's kind of like that. I didn't spoil the plot for myself, but from what it looks like, it's going to be something like either maybe like a time travel situation, you know, where they go on a space travel and accidentally go back in time, or maybe it's more like a true origin of humanity and how the dinosaurs went extinct or something like that. I don't know. It looks like it has potential to be an interesting sci-fi story. My recorded version may be from a movie channel. I can't remember. I don't have a I don't have a VCR anymore. Even if I found the tape, I think I know where the tape is. So even if I found the tape, I have no way to play it to check, which is kind of sad. Oh wait, I don't want to do this right now. Yeah, I mean, just from seeing some of the pages that people will share images of on Twitter, sometimes I'm like, wow, somebody got paid to write this. It reads like a Twitter conversation. It reads like something you would see on Twitter. I remember that one page where they actually, I don't remember what comic it was at all, but they had the girl sitting there tweeting something, and it was like, she's a superhero, but she's also tweeting for justice, or I don't even know what the text said. It was something really lame to that effect. But all I could think was, man, people read this stuff and then think it's good? Old Funimation DBZ tapes. What saga? I actually have some of those as well. I have the I think I have the Trunks episodes. I have the Android saga, the short battle before Cell shows up. I didn't get too much into the VHS, but I do remember mail ordering them, and the tapes were like $40 a piece for the uncut videos, and you got 3 episodes, maybe 4, depending on the tape. What a ripoff. I actually do have some VHS recordings of Dragon Ball Z as well. Oh, I think I have the Garlic Jr. saga on videos too. Yeah, I have the whole. I have the whole series on DVD, but I don't have the Dragon boxes anymore. I sold those. Which I don't know. I don't miss them really. I never even used them. I bought all 7 and then locked them away for 10 years. Oh, before, yeah, okay. I preferred those. When they switched over the cast, it was so jarring. I remember waiting the longest time for quote-unquote new episodes to play on Cartoon Network, and then when they finally did, I was like, what the hell is this? Everything just sounded wrong. Oh wow, that was an interesting glitch. I also still have the DVD sets of those 53 episodes. And it's not that newer set that they called like Rock the Dragon or whatever. It's the old original DVDs. And I can't even find those anymore to kind of gauge how much they're worth to people. I also have the soundtrack for the Ocean Dub. Oh man, Planet Namek. I used to like that website so much. Just because all the clips and music and stuff that you could find on there. I also just liked the look of it, the layout. It was very simple but effective. Wait, which one is overpriced? The Rock the Dragon set or the other one? I don't remember where to go. Oh, never mind. This is it. I mean, it's very corny, but I guess it has good instrumentation. Although I don't approve of the music being replaced, I did like the Ocean Dub music. Like if they had to replace it, it was a decent job. I liked some of the themes. Final opinion on the Pixel remasters. They're alright. They're Final Fantasy. Like ultimately if you enjoy the game, you're still going to enjoy it, but they feel kind of watered down to me. I still like them, I just don't know that it would be my first choice. I think the originals would probably always be my first choice. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because it seemed like it was kind of going to be a more limited thing. Worse for removal of bugs. They just feel very easy. I absolutely flew through Final Fantasy IV. I mean, I understand, I know the game well, and it's not really a challenge for me in any iteration anymore, but I think I beat it in like 17 hours and I wasn't even rushing. Usually it's a little bit longer than that. Usually it's like 20-something. Final Fantasy 1 feels very, very easy. It seems like you level up so fast. I don't care about the new music. I mean, it's not like it's bad. Obviously, Final Fantasy music is good, but I prefer when it sounds more like a video game, I guess. The console versions, I think they're getting more features, which I don't even feel like they're necessary, but they're getting, like, you can turn the encounters off, you can mess with the XP rate, so you can turn it up to 4 times, or you can put the XP down to half. So I guess you could make it a little bit more challenging if you want to. So that might be the thing to do. I have not played 13. I saw a friend of mine play a little bit of it. I can't say it interested me very much. I think those updates are coming to the Steam version at some point. It's just, for now, they're going to be for the console release. I don't know when they're going to be on Steam. Now I need to find the key. It's kind of strange that they made a trilogy out of a mainline Final Fantasy. I guess we could have seen it coming with things like 10-2, but it's interesting nonetheless. Well, I made the match, it just wasn't the proper item. We got some ghost diversity here. Diversity of expressions is very important. Which ghost do you feel represents you? Oh, I thought there was a block there, hidden block, but there wasn't. Instead, I got a face full of ghost. Well, that whole thing was kind of messed up, right? Because wasn't Final Fantasy 15... I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of something else. There was a whole 10-year period where things were kind of messed up, and I forgot what they even called the project, honestly. No, Ivalice was 12, right? And Tactics? I forgot my FF history. I'll have to look up a 6-hour lore video later. Where inevitably somebody will tell me about the politics of Final Fantasy and how I should feel about that. I'm just saying, I think giving Soy Boys access to YouTube was a mistake, that's all. Yeah, I have it. I haven't beaten it. I've played some of it. I like it well enough. I guess not enough to sit down and finish it yet, but it's a good game. I have a problem with finishing newer games sometimes. That and with replay value, there's not many that I'll revisit, even if I tend to like it a bit. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe because it's a bit more of a time sink. Maybe because there's no lifelong memories attached to it. I'm not sure. In tactics, yeah, is that the Are You Gay Woods or the You Are Gay Woods, or both? I think the Are You is for when you are questioning, and then You Are is where you move on when you finally come out, right? It's got to be it. Oh. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a friendly place when my party shows up. We go genocide mode. That was stupid. That should have been a hit. I don't know why. I got a raw deal. They have a left for every right. Oh, man. Stupid Magikoopa. I don't know why I jumped, so If you're wondering, I have no explanation for you. And he appeared right on me. Well, I lasted pretty long without losing a life, I guess. Not that I made any promises, but that kind of sucks. It was such a goofy death, too. People hate Chuck Norris now because he has the wrong politics. Last time I saw him, he was selling survival stuff, which, I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing or anything. It's just interesting. Yeah, and I mean, oddly enough, as far as celebrities go, he seems fairly well off and normal, so. Interesting how that works. I didn't know that a long time ago, Steven Seagal apparently almost beat up John Leguizamo on the set of a movie they were filming. And I found that out recently, and I found a new appreciation for Steven Seagal. Chris Tucker situation? I'm not sure I know what you're referring to. Oh, Tucker Carlson. I think it's weird that it happened around the same time that Don Lemon got removed from CNN. I don't really know what else to make of it, though. I don't know why he got dumped. It was because of some woman, right? Saying something about harassment? The Grossberg lady? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. Voting machine lawsuit. Yeah, no, I didn't know why he got removed. What a mess. The cheese bridge. I have to get, Oh wait, don't I need Yoshi to get the, I think I need Yoshi to get the exit. Because I believe you have to jump off and then under the goal area. Can't go down that one? I thought you could. That reminds me though. I want to buy another copy of the... I think it was from Nintendo Power. It's like Mario... It's just called Mario Mania. And I believe it came out around the time Super Mario World did. And it has a whole bunch of information about... obviously Mario and the game series, but I think it also had a bunch of stuff about Super Mario World in it as well. And some guide info. It was just a nice magazine, and I still have it, but it's kind of tattered, and I think the cover is torn off. Mother 1 and 2? Possibly. I think I'd be more likely to play 1 than 2. I just don't feel like I'm that interested in 2. One, I feel like the story seems a little bit better from what I've read. I don't exactly know why. Oh, I didn't mean to go here. No. I'm not ready. Wanted to unlock all the alternative exits. That might be the one, yeah. Because he talks about how he got smacked around a little bit. I think. He's got spring in his step. Yeah, I mean, it depends if that's the absolute truth, but I just think it's funny because modern John Leguizamo was extremely annoying. Not that he always wasn't a little bit obnoxious, but now he's doing the whole political virtue signaling thing. Apparently he needs representation in Mario Brothers, even though it has nothing to do with him. Yeah, how effective is that really? You got Kevin Bacon, you know, doing TikTok videos about how drag queens are okay for kids and stuff. It's like, what the hell is going on? What is wrong with you people? Yeah, I saw his stand-up specials in the 90s too. That was so dumb. The HBO, I think they were HBO specials. It was basically just stories about himself. I don't even... I mean, probably exaggerated, but yeah. I mean, I guess that's possible. I definitely wouldn't put it past them to be a bunch of weirdos. I also think just to be an actor and to become a famous person like that, well, I don't know. I guess maybe I feel like it takes a specific type, and often it turns into a bit of a mess. I don't know if it's the fame that goes to their heads, or, you know, what they go through to get it. More like George Takei, am I right? Yeah, that guy's an embarrassment, always going on about his gay stories and the internment camps and all that crap. It's like, can we put you back in one? You're actually more of a traitor than they assumed you were back in the day. There's a clip for you. Take that one to Twitter. Isn't that guy like 90? Why don't he just go enjoy some golf or something? He's the Japanese person they want you to listen to. Yeah, he fits the identity in more than one way. I'm gonna go with, here's some opinions from multiple places, but listen to myself and what I think is right. I don't know. People do this weird identity thing where it's like you instantly have to cuck all your opinions just because whoever is pointed to as the person to go to is objectively correct just by extension of their identity. It's so dumb. I just can't imagine doing that. I mean, if you want me to be less likely to listen to someone, that That's the way to get me to do it. That's because they want to turn them all into, you know, vessels for political agendas instead of trying to entertain people. Subtlety is basically dead, so they just have to go over the top. Can we get some more silver coins? Throwing? 3 up. There we go. Oops. The trick is definitely standing in the corner. I just slightly didn't get the timing down to get the correct item. That was one of the tricks I remember learning from that Mario book I was talking about earlier. I gotta get one while they're still fairly reasonable. You can get it on eBay, I think, for like 20 bucks, so. And in pretty good condition. I really need to do that, because next time I look, it's probably gonna be 80 for a ripped up, tattered version. Kinda like how they did with the Chrono Trigger Player's Guide. Yeah, Yoshi has those tough shoes. He can bounce on most spiky things. Oh, I can't go through the secret way because I'm too big. Any of the I don't even know what's coming out. I don't really pay too much attention these days. Nicolas Cage has quite the interesting filmography. Wait. I shouldn't have done this because I'm just going backwards for nothing. Oh, well, what would make it really current year is if they treat him like he's perfectly sane. I don't even know how I fell into the stupid lava. That just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But it happened. We all saw it. Alright, shortcut. Alright, here we go again. You can kill a dry bone if you try hard enough, if you believe. You can also color a dinosaur. I don't know if you knew that. Whoa. Poor Yoshi. I had to sacrifice him. I get that joke. No, I don't know. I was just messing around. Sorry. There was no... there was no trick. I was just being weird. Playing around with the scrolling... auto-scroll. Trying to resist it. I was being the resistance. I'm glad it looked professional, though. Like, I was trying to do some speedrun trick or unlock some secret. Pro gamer moves. The you can kill a dry bone joke reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z dub where they were telling King Kai jokes. It was the tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. Yeah, I've never been into the whole speedrunning thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess I've never been like, oh, I'm gonna do a speedrun, but I guess I have, you know, used warp zones or whatever and beat some of the Mario games as quickly as possible. But I'd played them so many times by that point. So I actually own that. I just haven't, because I bought it used for Switch, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. It looks interesting. I hope it's good. I don't understand how they're selling the DLC, though. Like, I want some of the extra stories, but I don't know if, it gets so convoluted, like with Xenoverse 2. where they have, oh, well, here's the season pass, but oh, here's also this extra story, and I just can't find anyone that explains clearly how the episodes are sold. Because I don't want to buy a season pass and then have to buy something else. Because I think in that case there might be more than one season of DLC. Which is kind of annoying. But that's the way it goes these days. Can't just get a complete game. Although it is a complete game. I mean, you get the whole, I think you get the whole Dragon Ball Z in the original game, and then the other stuff is like expansions. So at least there's that. Yeah, I'll have to try. I was just trying to do like a general search on the search engine to see if anybody was talking about how it was split up. But I didn't really find anything. I'm sure I could put more effort into it when I'm actually ready to buy it. I really wish that they were able to continue the Attack of the Saiyans for DS, that RPG. I've been replaying that a little bit here and there. It's a really good game. Like, it retells, you know, from the end of Dragon Ball to, obviously, to the Nappa and Vegeta fight, but it adds new extra stuff as well, which I think is cool. I like when they do original game content for Dragon Ball because I get tired of just playing the series. I wish they were a little bit more adventurous with that stuff. It seems like even when they try to do original content, they build it around the main story. Don't waste your time. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really too big into Super, so... I just feel like the Dragon Ball world has so much video game potential, and they never explore it. I like Link to the Past. I own those. I bought them way back when they came out for PS2. I have 2 and 3. 2 is worth some money these days. I've considered selling it, but I don't know. It's hard to part with because I've had it for so long. Yeah, minus Legacy. Legacy of Goku 1 was terrible, but then 2, they really got it right, and I also like Boo's Fury. I did beat 1, though, on an emulator. On a Game Boy Advance emulator back when it was still pretty new. I don't know why. I put myself through that. All those wolves and snakes. You're not missing anything with the first one at all. But if you play it, it's like it's a Webfoot redemption arc, really. Oh, don't bump into them. The 3-up moon, I think. Got it. Now I need to get to the normal exit. I don't remember exactly which door it is. I think you do just about the same thing, but don't go all the way to the last door. How many doors are there? 1? I think it's just the 2. Ugh. Terrible. Oh, your comment there reminded me that I've been getting weird replies on that Samus post on Twitter about with the whole Metroid situation that was brought back up again. They read like bot replies where they'll kind of comment on the situation, but then they'll also include like they'll be like, "Oh, haha, this is great. Here, yeah, Samus has always been a woman. Here's this link to this thing that I'm doing." It's like, what? But the weird thing is I received one earlier, and they misunderstood what I was trying to say. They made it sound like... I'll have to try to find it, and I'll post it in the stream chat. I can pull it up real quick. Maybe. We're scrolling. How many days ago was this now? Okay. I don't know if there's any music from the emulator now, so it's probably just weird silence, because whenever I... Okay, so there's one. This isn't the one that I'm talking about, but this is one of them. Let me see if I can find the other one. Oh wait, here's another one. And then that's not the one either. I don't know why I can't... Oh, here it is. Here it is. It even mentions representation, which is so weird. Okay, that's the one, the Corey Gur, or Corey Gray, or whatever the hell that URL says. Oh, it's because it's short for Corey Green, but there you go. Very strange. I haven't received replies like that before. Damn it, Lakitu, stop. It's time to stop. No, Yoshi. Alright, buddy, you've gone too far. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is. I think I will pass. But not in the way that they use pass these days. There used to be a trick to be able to pick up 2 items at once, and I don't remember. I don't remember what it is. Those are terrible. The answer is always no, but you know, people will lie. Look at me, I'm being nice and kind. I don't know how we got to the point where lying is being kind, but here we are. No, don't leave without me. Oh well. Oh, come on. Where is the other coin? I think this cloud disappears after a while, so this is not going to be... Speaking of the whole kid thing, it's so funny when those weirdo teachers or just the pronoun kind of people in general are like, well, kids are so open and accepting, you have to teach them to hate or misunderstand these things. And it's like, yeah, it's a kid. I mean, if an adult lies to them about something, chances are they're gonna believe it. Kind of how that works. Granted, some are, you know, a bit more perceptive than others, but for the most part. I mean, if you tell them the Easter Bunny's coming, they might believe you. Yeah, that's a thing. Nobody is surprised by this. Please stop. The Easter Bunny is actually more believable. I can find a rabbit, but I can't find a man that genuinely turned into a woman. I've heard that. I don't really know, you know, I don't know what the numbers are. Maybe we should take a poll and then talk about that. No, but I've heard that, but I imagine even if it becomes, you know, majority, that you won't hear about it unless they themselves try to get the word out there more. Because it goes against the science. I love it when you have the people on Twitter that are like, it's the best form, doctors agree that it's the best form of care. It's like, you sound like an advertisement. Stop it. Do you hear yourself? 9 out of 10 doctors agree. And if you don't, you hate science. Do you know how polls even work? I don't. I don't know anything. It couldn't possibly be that I know that, and then just don't think that it's a good way to be like, oh yeah, because I asked 1,000 people, I'm now extrapolating that 64% of the entire population thinks this one thing. I mean, I get it. I get why it's done. I get it's not feasible to be like, oh, I'm actually going to ask 124 million people. But I'm going to maintain like a certain degree of skepticism that it's possible that people aren't numbers, and perhaps, you know, they wouldn't just agree because you found a subset that does. I was gonna make a joke post that was like, I asked X amount of Japanese people how they feel about Western politics invading their homeland, and they're all opposed, therefore 100% of Japanese people are opposed, and then hashtag this is how polls work. But I was kind of sick of the topic at that point, so I was just like, I don't need like 400 more spam links about gay stuff from Unseen Japan. Because apparently people cannot get it through their heads that the argument is not that the concept does not exist. It's that you're inflating it and conflating it with Western ideology. Again, I mean, yeah, okay, it can give you like some insight, an idea. It's a sample. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying they're, you know, what they said is completely irrelevant because I personally am against it. It's just the way that they frame it. They know what they're doing when they say that. Nobody is looking at that and thinking like, oh, you know, they're not thinking about it from the statistical point of view of how polls work. They're looking at that and trying to be like 64% of people do this. Otherwise, Reuters would not have written nearly 2/3 of Japanese. A man breast. That's so gross. I can't believe he posted that as though it was some kind of gotcha. I don't even know where that came from. What did that have to do with the topic? He was trying to say something about some imaginary hate group that is just apparently reporting news. Posting things that they talk about themselves, but you're not allowed to comment on it, I guess, unless you're praising it. That's what always gets me. It's always like, why do you care? How does it affect you? Blah, blah, blah. And then you go through what they talk about, and that's all they're talking. Excuse me. Got a random hiccup. That's all they're talking about all the time. I was thinking about doing a podcast episode about that. About this whole situation. Just because it's like, I can't sit there and reply to, you know, hundreds of people repeating themselves about the same thing. Not that I even need to, but I do like to at least entertain some ideas since I put them out there. I mean, I haven't done one in a while, but there's archives on this very channel. It's been quite some time. I feel like I'd be rusty. I wanted somebody replying to me to actually, you know, come on and talk about it, but they just have to be pansies. It's so annoying. I'm so tired of the I'll reply to you for 3 days straight, 700 times, but then if you ask me to talk, I'm going to tell you you're not worth talking to. It's such a dumb, contradictory thing to say. Yeah, that could work. I mean, I've done that before. I like to do both. I mean, I like to do solo episodes and also sometimes have guest co-host. Just kind of depends. As long as I have enough stuff queued up, I can go for at least an hour. Usually it's around 2. Oh yeah, if there was more than one person, then I probably wouldn't do a guest unless it was they're just gonna play moderator or something, which to me is like a useless role, but I know how people like to be like, oh well, somebody's gotta moderate. It's not like I'm doing an official debate. I just want to talk to the guy because I genuinely want to understand. I want to hear him talk and kind of understand what he thinks my position is, because from what I read on his replies to me, he just goes on about things that aren't even like that. Well, the issue is he just doesn't want to talk. He's just... I say doesn't want to talk, but what I mean is he doesn't want to talk to me directly. He wants to rant on Twitter endlessly. And then if I say, hey, let's just have a conversation about this, suddenly he's busy. Like, it's the oldest lie in the book, because it's what everybody does that doesn't, you know, that just wants to yell at you online. It's crazy because they'll call you all kinds of names and stuff, and I don't even care about that. Just to be clear, you can call me every name in the book. It doesn't matter. I'm bulletproof at this point. But the thing is, they'll do that to you, and then when you mention talking to them, they'll act like you're going to attack them. It's like, all right, but where in this back and forth have I really attacked you? Where have I really insulted you? It's like, yeah, maybe if you said something to me first, I responded in kind, but that to me is just normal. I'm not gonna yell at you unless you're being an idiot on purpose. Like, okay, anybody who's seen the Goblin Slayer episode knows that eventually I lose my patience, but I entertained that guy for like an hour and a half before it got that far. So I think I was fair. It's just at some point, if that's how you're gonna act, I don't consider you a serious person anymore because you've decided that you would rather just endlessly complain instead of, you know, genuinely have it out and decide, like, okay, am I being honest here? Do I really disagree with this? Am I giving the actual argument a fair shake? Usually the answer is no. Because they just see the thing that's like, wow, he doesn't agree, so therefore it means he automatically believes X, Y, and Z because that's the only perception of somebody like that I have. I just find spam irritating. I need to get the key. But you agree with me on gender. Yeah, that was real slick. And by that, I'm being completely sarcastic because it didn't make any sense. The contradiction there was funny too, because it was like, well, you agree with me, but also you're ignorant. It's like, wait, so you're calling yourself ignorant? I can't keep up. I can't keep up with all the bullshit. The funny thing is, I don't even swear at people on there or anything. And I get people that that act so aggressive. Oh, did I do that the first time? What a dummy. I'm not even paying attention now because I'm just rambling about nonsense. Yeah, I don't understand how that was supposed to be a trap, because if you admitted it was imaginary, well, there you go. I'm sure there was some convoluted explanation about how it was actually my fault, but no. Well, I mean, imaginary things, yeah, like, you're not wrong in the sense that, you know, imaginary things exist in the sense that they are an idea, something that you can entertain and think about, or, you know, write or whatever. But it doesn't mean that there's a, it doesn't make it part of the natural world in the sense of, like, biology and whatnot. That's stupid. Just, I can't believe I went in the keyhole again. It's just goofy to be like, it has no fixed rules, because how can that be if the majority of the population, if we're lending credibility to the whole gender identity sex thing, which I don't, by the way. I'm just saying for the purposes of this hypothetical, then why on earth would, like, 99%, or maybe 97% at this point, since everybody's got to be special, why would 97% of people's identity match? Oh, was I supposed to go in the keyhole? Yeah. I don't know what... That's how autopilot I am right now. That's weird. I also got 4 hours of sleep last night, which is... I don't even understand how, because by the time I was done streaming, I was really tired. But then I still couldn't fall asleep for another 2 hours after I got offline. It was pretty bad. Just need to run through. No, maybe I don't. Alright, get me out of here, please. I just kind of wonder if it's always been this bad. It doesn't seem like it, because I feel like I remember, even though the internet always had its degree of weirdness, I don't feel like it was this common to run into crazy people. And I'm not just calling them crazy as an insult. You know, they list their own you know, mental issues right in their own profile. And they think it's completely normal. Like, I'm in Bizarro World. I'm the outlier because I don't have, you know, weird hashtags or pronouns in the bio or whatever else. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the types that I'm referring to, yeah. That's what gender ideology does. I mean, you start believing that nonsense, your brain is warped because you can be anything you imagine. And that's just not reality. Smartphones also made it worse. Yeah, the whole attention span thing just seems weird. I've encountered people that are like, I can't even read books anymore, and it's just like, I mean, I understand, you know, not everybody enjoys novels or whatever. But that's different than my attention span is so bad that I can't pay attention to a book anymore. It's like, maybe you should, you know, work on that a little bit, or think about why that is. Especially if it's something that you did like to do before. Damn it. Amazing how... Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like they treat something completely natural as though it's the outlier and you're crazy for knowing the truth. But they're like, oh, well, that's just your second grade understanding, and it's so much more complex than you can comprehend. It's like, all right, buddy. Just because you call something complex doesn't mean it actually is. It doesn't mean that you actually understand, you know, the ins and outs of it because you read a book that told you the lies you wanted to believe. That's not... And it gets so old when the accusation always goes to, oh, you hate this or you hate that, and it's like I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough energy to hate all those things. But let's put these stupid emotions aside for a second. I mean, first of all, hating something doesn't automatically mean you're wrong about it. That's something people can't get past, for starters. Obviously, it can blind your perception, and I would say we have a pretty good example of that when we look at a lot of the things they say and do, because they're like masters of projection when it comes to that stuff. You can't really complain about hatred when you're one of its biggest purveyors. That's the thing that blows my mind. It's just all the double standards, all the hypocrisies. It's like, it's not even worth pointing out anymore. I tend not to waste time doing that just because they don't care. Like, they know, they just don't care. But it is still mind-blowing to behold. And like, they're freely allowed to hate you and say whatever they want about you, but you cannot respond or anything. And it's like, well, the whole reason that I care about this stuff or even talk about it or think about it is because you never shut up about it. I've, through most of my life, things like race and gender and all that crap, that was not a big topic. That was not a big thing that I thought about in every little facet of reality, but you wanted that, and now you have it, and now you're complaining about the outcome because you don't like the result. Like, maybe you shouldn't have told me to notice. And now I've seen things that, truth be told, doesn't paint a very good picture. But you asked for that treatment. And that doesn't mean that I don't still try to approach people as individuals. I do. Like, that's how I operate in my personal life. But when it comes to people online and just saying a bunch of nonsense that is absolutely false, or if they're being antagonistic, I don't see a reason to be, super kind to those individuals. And the thing is like, you can... Most of the time when I'm talking about something, I'm not even necessarily referring to a specific individual. There are times when I do, like the whole Unseen Japan post that I recently made, like obviously that's directed at a person, but it's based on their behavior. But a lot of the times I'm just talking about the ideas that they put out there, and they think it's a personal attack because it's the entirety of their identity. There's nothing else to those people. Yeah, they're not individuals. No, they're not. It's hard to think of people as individuals when they're so damn collectivist. Like, I have to look at them by their rules. I have to look at them as an individual, while simultaneously perceiving them as part of whatever group they want to be a part of. And then they'll complain when you judge them based on that. You just can't play that game both ways. And if you're doing all these terrible things or promoting all these terrible things, you're not painting a good perception of whatever group it is that you claim to want to represent. I said it last night, but I just find it weird when everybody who comes to yell at me, all their bios read the same way. That's not a coincidence. It's just not. I feel like people used to talk to each other a little bit more too from opposing sides. Just, just a couple years ago. And now it's like I'll rant at you on social media. I'll call you this and that, but if you ask to talk, I won't do that. The gun-toting meat-eating people. Dennis Leary. I remember that one. I like that. That's one of my favorite stand-ups. Just because he even makes fun of the the stupid preachy celebrities with their oh shoot, I can't that happened again with the antivirus thing popped up. It didn't affect the screen for you guys, but it blocked me out of the game. I'll probably do it at another time because I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to finish the entire game. I don't know how much more I've got going. Well, it's just I mean, between the bannings and then you've got people pushed more and more to each other's own little corners. I see a lot of, the quote-unquote right-wing people ask for these debates or whatever. And whatever you think of those, I mean, fine, but a lot of the time the opposition just doesn't even want to talk anymore. They're like, I just can't talk to you because you're evil. That's not the sign of a sustainable society. You can't do that. They think you can. I don't know how. I guess they think they're either going to, well, they think they're going to replace the bigots, basically, the so-called bigots. But they don't want you to go anywhere. They don't want to go anywhere. They want to make sure that they inflict their punishment on you until every last one of you is gone. And that's just messed up. Like, you don't want a solution. You just want to be petty and destroy the people that you think are an enemy. Personally, I'd rather people just go their separate ways if that's how it's going to be. I have no interest, really, in inflicting anything on any of these people. I don't even want to deal with them most of the time. They're annoying. I didn't do 2 exits for this, right? I'm completely... Oh, that's right. I don't remember how this stage works at the moment, so I'm just going to go to the next one. It's something to do with the time on the clock. I don't remember how long I have to wait, though. I might look it up. I don't remember if I have to go really fast or slow it up a little bit. I think I have to go a little bit slower than I did. Well, I think a lot of people are kind of lost and probably quite a bit demoralized, and they're just looking for somebody to, speak what they've been thinking and maybe can't articulate as well themselves. Because I mean, it's kind of what Twitter is in a sense, is like, it's retweeting posts and liking posts that you think said something either funny or that you agree with, and I don't necessarily mean it to be insulting to anyone, but there are obviously some people that don't have the, really as good of an ability or skill at expressing what they're feeling as other people do, so they take on the words of other people. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you can still think for yourself. I understand not everybody's like the writing type. Me, I don't even use Twitter properly. I just like to write, my own stuff. I don't really do like retweeting and all that. I just want to use my own words. Insert the George Carlin your own words joke, I guess. Parody. Yeah, I like that too. I do miss those days. I hate politics. I hate them. But it's, you know, everybody's been kind of forced into a situation where it's no longer... You're no longer able to avoid it. That's just kind of sad. I need the key, right? But I don't know where to get it. Let's find out. Oh no, I need the regular, because I jumped behind. Okay. I'm screwing myself up. Whatever happened to that idiot? Is she still around? I haven't seen her in years. She had a kid. That's interesting. Maybe that calmed her down. Or at least led her to focus on something more important. Oh, you know what? I hate when people do that whole thing of like, oh, if X were alive today, brr, brr, brr. It's like, well, first of all, you don't really know what they would say. They probably wouldn't be on your side like you're assuming. But I imagine you're right about that. But it's like, what does it matter? Really? Okay, I think... Yeah, you know, there were some questionable clips, I will say. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a long time either. That was weird. I completely forgot that person existed for a moment there. See, the thing is, when I saw those clips again, I remembered hearing it back then, but it didn't register as something that was, you know, genuinely hateful, just because we didn't live in the kind of social, you know, political social environment that we do now, where everything is so extreme. You took it as maybe it was humor, you know? Or you were taught, okay, this hatred only goes one way, and therefore, you know, he's joking about the people that are bad. And I don't think it's necessarily bad to, you know, laugh at humor, but you can't take it on as part of your personality and let it shape your worldview, like, haha, funny, therefore correct. I mean, a lot of people do things like that. You even see it in stupid stuff when I get into dumb arguments about, like, video game localization and translation, where it's like somebody thinks that a line that was inserted into the Japanese version or into the English version of a Japanese game is funny, therefore that makes it good and okay. And it's like, well, that's not the standard. It might be your standard, but it's still incorrect. and I don't know, sometimes comedy just gets too, the comedy shows get too preachy. It's kind of dumb. I don't even necessarily like it when it's something that I agree with. I might agree with the idea, but I don't need the constant preaching of it to me. I vaguely remember that, yeah. To nobody's surprise, that Theron weirdo went insane. I mean, he already was, obviously, just by extension of the identity, but politically as well. And then I think kind of disappeared off the internet. I haven't really looked around for... I don't seek out those kind of people. Is that what she's considered these days? I haven't seen anything that she's done in a long time. Wait, why is the Kirby theme playing? It was on my alarm clock. I just don't know if it's supposed to be some sort of... Is there some sort of Japanese holiday today? Or I guess, yeah, the 27th. As far as I know, excuse me, I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. I think I need to take a drink. That might be, I'll have to look, because I know it does music for, I don't know, like a handful of holidays, and I haven't heard that particular one in a while. Anyway, I think the relationship situation that I had remembered hearing about was he was going to marry some Korean dude. I feel like I can picture the type, but I don't know if that ever happened or if that's the relationship you're referring to or what. I don't remember where. An older guy? Ooh, that's kind of weird. Couldn't get an actual young lady. Alright, let's try to fall. I think you have to go down to... Oh. What am I doing? I could have controlled this. Not that I need the lives, I'm at 99, so it doesn't even matter. I've always liked watching the giant moles sink. Is that evil? I don't know. I'm going to take a moment to look at Notifications. I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Let's see. Oh my... Is he serious? I'm being spammed with really weird stuff. What is going on here? All right, sorry. I'll get back to the game in a moment. It's just there's no actual response. It's just links. What is wrong with this guy? Here, I'm gonna drop it in the chat because I can't pull it up on the screen. What is wrong with this man? Please, somebody, let me know. It's getting comical at this point. All right, you will never be Japanese. I love that line now. Plus, I got to make a suicide joke out of it, so I'm all about it. I don't know though. There's the Lawson's Ohio connection, so I don't think this can be denied. It's funny because they always do that joke of like, oh, you're a white guy in Ohio. I've never really got that one. Maybe I got it like once, but I've seen them make that joke to a lot of other people, and then come to find out the store that is now popular in Japan originated there. I think he's embarrassed because he sent me a gag gift for one of the links. Anyway, I'm gonna look up how to do the timer on this level. I know it's I know it has to do with the clock, but I just don't remember which room I have to be in by what time. I think it's Chocolate Island 2. See, this is why that Mario book was so helpful back in the day. Unique level. Very unique. Alright, variation A. Variation B. I don't care about that. I want to do the exit variation. Okay, Mario must have 250 seconds or more left on the timer to access this area. Several charge and chucks. I think I... Did I get this one? That might be the one. Variation C. Alright, I'll try C first, because it looks like that might be the one. So what he did was he linked my post to someone else's Twitter account in order to like rat me out to that account. I don't know why that's supposed to affect me in any way. I don't care about that Shinden person. They seem like a moron. So I don't know what that... I think it's because his account, he doesn't have much of a following and he keeps getting... I hate to, use the cringe terminology, but he keeps getting destroyed, and so he's trying to get like bigger accounts on my case. I don't know why that matters though. I don't care. You can do the whole like ratio thing or whatever. That doesn't change my mind. That doesn't make you right or wrong. It's just weird behavior. Who does that? Use your own words, buddy. Stop being such a weirdo. All right, so I have to try to get 239 and less. Kids acting like military. Is that a thing? Well, if it was, it's not one I see anymore. Yeah, I don't understand why that's... What are you supposed to do? Oh no, somebody with a Twitter following is going to yell at me, and then a bunch of people are gonna like their posts. Oh no. What does that mean? That makes you correct? That's how we're judging right and wrong these days, by likes? That's a horrible metric. Especially since they can be easily botted. Okay, so that didn't help me. What other variation can I do? We can do 235 to 249. I think I did that one already. I'm going to try to do A. I'm going to try to do this one. Let me go quick. Fly through these areas. Although I feel like I went fast the first time, but maybe not. Alright, how about it? Here we go. Yep, this is the one I haven't been to. Uh-oh. No, Yoshi! Come back. Well, as long as I can power up, I might be able to get out of this. This is looking bad, though. Alright. Where'd he go? Yep, this is what I needed. How did I manage that? Oh well, let him go. Charge this, Chuck. Alright, this is the one. Oh, that's disgusting. That is a secret nobody should find. Oh yeah, remember that I showed you that message where somebody just DM'd me a meme and said you? It was like a SpongeBob meme, and I didn't quite understand what it was supposed to be in reference to. They also posted that on their timeline and said Dimitri Monroe. And so I replied to that the DM, and I was like, well, there's a phrase I've never used. And they looked at it but never said anything. And so I'm wondering if because I put a Z at the end of my @ that somehow, I don't know if that makes any sense, where the usernames are completely different other than the Z, because I think he put that in there later on. I don't know. It's a queer copycat. But I don't know how it was relevant to anything I did or said, and On a quick glance, I couldn't find any posts that they even interacted with. But when they didn't respond, I thought maybe they realized their mistake or something. I don't know how you'd make that mistake, but stranger things have happened. I don't know. I'm blocked and I've I've never looked back. Oh, yep. I knew I was dead on that one. No escaping. That just destroys you straight up. I'm sure he has, you know, the weirdos that still oddly worship that dude, but yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that earlier today, this morning. That whole situation was just very weird. It was like, wait, so I'm right, but because he said it didn't happen, but he was also regretful. Yeah, I mean, I do too. It's not an easy situation to be in. You know what's crazy is he made a horse joke. He played the goodbye at the end of that stream. He played the Goodbye Horses song. Yeah, you know, I'd definitely not in a way to badmouth the guy at all, but I wish he'd get some good help. But I don't think, you know, I don't think he has anyone in his life anymore to be that you know, that voice of good advice and encouragement, which sucks. I did send him a message. I don't know when he'll see it or respond to it, but it's also one of those situations where you don't want to... I don't know. You don't want to overstep your bounds, I guess. Alright. We made it. Time to stomp a bitch. Wait, I'm running out of time? Oh, no way! I don't feel like I was that slow, but alright. The end was nay. I just saw that. Nice. Another VTuber audition. Jeez. I'm gonna become a VTuber. I'm gonna get a VTuber model of the old avatar here. And people will think I'm just like a fat blue guy. Mario erased the castle. He literally erased a whole group of people. That's a kind of another thing that it's sort of random since we kind of switched topics, but that's another thing I'm tired of with the whole, you know, politics and hate this and that thing, or like where people go on about, oh, literal genocide. It's like, all right, you guys go on and on about how you want all your political enemies to die all the time. Like, I just don't understand how that is any more superior to somebody who's just like, yeah, I don't like this group and I want to wipe them out. It's not. Either way, you think each, you know, group is representative of something that's bad, and, you know, you're justifying it based off of that. So I just don't get all that crazy or up in arms when I see commentary like that, just because it's like, well, it's not as though nobody else is saying this. I would expect that the more you see it from one end, the more you'll see it in response, just because it's going to be that whole situation of, oh, well, we're under attack. So there you go. And the thing is like, as that keeps going and gets worse and worse, it's going to be harder to convince them that it's not, because in a way they have a point. You know, you can point to all these various situations where people are calling for these things openly. You've got news articles saying crazy stuff about, you know, demographic change and stuff, and it's like, okay, it's not happening, but we're celebrating that it's happening. Which one is it? I don't know. The whole thing's crazy to me. So I feel like we need to be able to, you know, voice our grievances without this whole idea of like, oh, well, you had a bad opinion, so your whole life is destroyed. Well, of course they're lying. It's just funny to see the contradiction of claiming something's not happening while simultaneously celebrating it. I've always just found humor in that. Okay, big guy. I think I'm going the wrong way. Well, maybe not necessarily wrong, but there's probably something I could get down there. Come on. Yes, that is what we need. And I guess is that the other thing that makes it difficult is because it's like it's a quiet war. It's a silent death. So if you use violence and retaliation, you're automatically bad, even though they're using like subversive methods to destroy you. And that's what makes it a difficult villain to be rid of. I mean, basically, no matter what, you look like the bad guy. I don't think that means you should... I just don't think that means you should sit by and let it happen, though, because somebody could perceive you in, you know, a certain way. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, sure. There's more than one thing going on, but it's definitely It's definitely being further manipulated for a specific goal. Oh boy. Do I have to go? I could just beat it the back way for now, since I am getting kind of more tired. I'd like to be able to sleep tonight. Hopefully that works out for me. And it's on multiple different levels too. Like, it's not just, okay, we're gonna flood you with illegals, but it's also, we're also going to do campaigns where it's like, well, don't have kids because climate change. Don't have kids because your people are inherently evil. It's like, don't have kids because this. It's crazy. I mean, and you know, then you look at birth rates and how they're just out of control in you know, some of the worst countries, living standard wise, but nobody ever tells them not to, you know, not to reproduce. What was that response like? The thing is I feel like it's hard to motivate, it's hard to motivate white people on that. Well, sure, those, and again, and those are lifestyles that are promoted as superior as well, so that also screws it up. There's been that idea of like, you can't have your fun, you know, you're gonna have to give that up, blah blah blah. It's not true. I mean, if you want to do something, you make it happen, even with the responsibilities. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not new. It's been in the wind for some time. The key, I think you have to go up when you reach the first area. You use the yellow block to go further up. I don't want to go through that ghost house right now. Yeah, that's pretty dumb too. I mean, obviously, back, you know, 100 years ago or whatever, it's not like people were insanely rich, or they made do with what they had and had more children than people are having now. So it's a goofy modern thing. Let's see, can I do this? What's in the box? Cape. I guess that's true, but there has to be something that inspires that train of thought more now than before. Oh, shit. I think I might have passed it. No. Yep. I did, didn't I? Oh no, no. I still have a chance. There we go. I remembered where it was. I thought I passed it. Dude, you're getting Adele. Yeah, whatever happened to that guy? Oh no. I almost got destroyed. But I don't know. I mean, I guess depending on what the issue is, it could take years to resolve, or maybe they're not resolving it in the correct way, or getting the proper help or direction to resolve it. Of course, that line could always just be an excuse. It depends. Some people are known to lie. I don't get the whole hedonism thing. I think it's just empty. It's kind of like maybe feel good in the moment, but it doesn't do anything for your long-term happiness. And if you have your mind set on thinking in the now, then that doesn't really occur to you. Yeah, but I guess I also just don't doubt that a lot of people have issues, especially now. Maybe that's a I don't know, maybe that's a personal bias of feeling like I have some issues, but it just doesn't. It's not hard for me to believe in that sense, I guess. It's definitely not a good thing. I don't know what the answer is there. If they're not clear on what the problem is, then you kind of can't judge it to help. So it depends what it is. But I don't think if it's like a mental health issue or whatever, and I hate almost hate using that term just because I feel like everything gets labeled as a mental health issue except actual ones. Um, Good luck, good luck getting that worked out because I don't know where you're supposed to turn to genuinely turn that around because the way that those things are talked about and the way it's set up is, I don't know. I feel like it's more beneficial it's more geared toward how women resolve their problems. Well, I guess part of the argument is you have to try to make things that are something that you can look forward to and work towards, but that's not always the easiest thing to do. There's a lot of options with not a lot of value. So I don't think a lot of those options make people feel like they're useful or working towards something good. And maybe part of that's like the whole thing we were talking about either yesterday or the other day, where like all work is just, or all quote unquote important work that's viewed as in the professional world is like all corporatized and you're just replaceable. That doesn't make you feel valuable or that you're really accomplishing something for yourself. You're accomplishing it for a machine that can throw you out at any time. Well, depending on the problem, yeah, the nut house was an option. The crazy thing is like now the people that belong in the nut house are out there pretending that they're the norm. Well, it could be, but what else is there to... What was wrong with people before, or I guess right with people before, that wasn't as much of a problem as it is now? I mean, I also think another big part of it is, finding a real, lasting, loving relationship. You can't you can't pop one out by yourself, as much as the weirdos in the world would like to have you believe. And so, well, yeah, I feel like you would more easily be able to specialize in something. Like, obviously you can specialize in something now, but there's just so much out there, and a lot of the times you're not really encouraged to do that. You're encouraged to do something dumb like gender studies or whatever. I mean, maybe that's more for women, but it's still just a goofy kind of go towards something that doesn't really mean anything. But as far as like relationships, man, it's not easy to find somebody that's willing to be committed, or somebody that aligns with you, ideologically, which the whole politics thing was never that important to me before, but now it's like you've got all these people that just won't even speak to you if you have a certain opinion. And of course that muddies the waters when it comes to personal relationships, because they're like, bigots need not apply or whatever. And their assumption of what that constitutes is just whatever they heard CNN or, social media or their college course told them is bad. So that's another thing that makes people divided. You have to find a way to, I don't know. I guess I don't have a good answer on where to find somebody decent, because it's the older you get too, the more difficult it gets, because obviously people have their, most of the good ones are taken, and they have their lives built with somebody else already. It's not impossible, but it's the situation that we're in now is certainly not helping anything. Yeah, it's good music. I like all the Mario music is pretty good. I mean, the older ones. I haven't played too much of the new stuff to know. You mean blaming other people where it's like they went through a bad thing and so then they're kind of holding holding themselves back isn't what I was meant to say, but it's sort of like when you got the guys that are like they were married and they went through like a tough divorce, they're like all of a sudden they're anti-marriage or whatever. Or do you mean something else? Mad at my parents so I don't watch relationships. Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, I've had some just extremely hurtful situations, but I don't want to give up on the idea of finding that again. Or well, hopefully to a better result, but you know what I mean. See, for me personally, it's hard to relate to like the blaming other people, because what I tend to do is blame myself for everything, even things that are not even things that I like rationally know are not my fault. So I kind of go overboard in the other direction. Well, I mean, in the first place, that's probably how it should be anyway, Riley. So the fact that like marriage has kind of just become this, I don't want to say a farce, but what they've done to the institution of it is not good. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's a weird cycle, because it's like self-awareness doesn't really alleviate it in the way that you think it should. I guess I also have that habit of speaking in absolutes like that, like it should be this way. Like obviously you can have your ideal, but that's not always how reality plays out. Oh boy. All right. Well, this has been a good therapy session for all the young men of the world. I just don't like, I don't like how one sided it is, because it kind of goes into the whole women's rights thing, and they were oppressed and had forced to stay in bad marriages, blah blah blah. That doesn't mean you destroy the whole thing. I don't think that was representative of the majority of marriages. People love to do that, go on the anti-marriage tirade, and then pretend that like, oh, the 1950s were terrible because all these women had to stay with abusive husbands. Like, how many abusive men do you think there are? And I don't know. Maybe there's more than I think, but I just don't feel like that it was that prevalent. Like it was a free for all on beating the hell out of women. The end, but I can't get back to the main screen. Why? Well, all right. I'm sure it did because it's a it is a sentiment that I see a lot from white women. So personally, I'm not a big fan of them. I don't mean that in a just their attitudes in general, the generality. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that either. I think they were um, treated as precious. And that's a kind of another weird thing where it's like equality versus different. Um, where the feminist thing is like you take advantage of equality in the sense of like you only want the good things that come with that. So it's really you're just asking for special treatment. But then at the same time they'll get mad at you for opening a door or something, and it's like, okay, well that's just a showing of um being thoughtful. Uh and like they only want the good job, the good cushy jobs, but it's not like they're campaigning for women to be trash pickup or whatever or sewage workers or whatever other dirty job there is that nobody wants and nobody appreciates. So, to me the whole concept has always been kind of bullshit. Like you just look around and you know something is wrong. Something's off here. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something is off here. I feel like the whole concept of equality is just it's just something we made up to make ourselves feel better. You have to do like people should be equal under the law, like under the rules, as in the rules apply across the board, but when it comes to people they're different. You can't We're not equal. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Whether you're talking about stupid averages across groups or whether you're talking about from individual to individual, like we all know somebody who, you think is super smart or you're like, how the hell are you a real person walking around on Earth because you seem like you're operating on a lower level than anybody else you've ever met. And I don't even mean that to be insulting, because obviously I don't think of myself as some sort of super genius or anything like that. But it's a real problem to just think everybody is the same, or that we're all capable of the same things. People should be taught to play to their strengths and try to mitigate their weaknesses and improve upon them as much as they can. But that's all you can do. It is a myth, but nobody wants to believe that because right away, if you say something like that, um, you're a bad person because you're not being kind. Yeah, I mean, there's issues with the concept because it kind of gets into, since it's a human construct, that it's never going to be perfect, but you have to decide like which system like striving for the best is much better than just throwing it in the garbage and being like, well, everybody can do everything. uh so and so is underrepresented and therefore we need to push them to this area. It just doesn't work. It makes everything worse. It makes everyone unhappy, and everybody sits around wondering why, and nobody ever wants to think that maybe it's because of um the policies that you've pushed as a result of this. I don't know. It's strange that the more they claim that society is progressing, is the worse that everybody is as a result. and somehow it's still the same issues that are causing the problem, despite all of the fixes that they've put in place to supposedly take care of those problems. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that like, oh, X wasn't a real fix, but to me, I think you have to go a step further back and be like, did that need a fix? And now I'm just rambling. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more regularly. And since we'll just continue playing video games, since people just want to spam links on social media and not actually talk about anything. But I'll do the talking by myself. It's cool. Doesn't matter. We don't need them. Anyway, thanks guys, and have a good evening.